For decades, the world has been fascinated by the wealth of royal families. But in today's era, no royal children attract more global attention, mystery, and speculation than the daughters of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, widely known as MBS. These young princesses, raised behind palace walls, are often described as the richest kids in the world, not just because of their family name, but because of the unimaginable fortune they stand to inherit. Their lives may be private, but the scale of their future wealth, influence, and power has made them a global subject of curiosity. Today, we uncover the world of MBS's daughters, the dynasty they belong to, and why experts say they may become the wealthiest women on Earth. To understand their story, you must first understand the extraordinary rise of their father. Mohammed bin Salman is not only the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, he is the architect of Vision 2030, the chairman of one of the richest sovereign wealth funds in the world, and the de facto ruler of a nation controlling over 17% of the world's oil reserves. He is the most powerful figure in the Middle East today, and one of the most influential leaders globally. MBS is also one of the world's richest individuals, though much of his wealth is tied to state assets, investments, and royal holdings. Estimates of his personal net worth vary widely, ranging from $5 billion to over $25 billion, depending on sources, private investments, and undisclosed assets. But the financial power he commands through the $900 billion Public Investment Fund, PIF, is truly unmatched. This means that his daughters, though still extremely young, are part of a royal dynasty that sits atop one of the greatest concentrations of wealth on Earth. The Saudi royal family, the House of Saud, collectively controls assets estimated at over $1.4 trillion. They own palaces across the Middle East and Europe, art worth hundreds of millions, yachts, private jets, and some of the most valuable real estate portfolios in the world. And as direct descendants of the future king, MBS's daughters stand at the very center of that empire. Unlike many royal families who live publicly, Prince Salman's daughters grow up in a world of extreme privacy. Their names, daily lives, and routines are not widely discussed in media. But what is known paints a picture of children raised in an environment combining deep tradition, elite education, and unimaginable financial security. Experts believe they will have access to the highest level of schooling, tutors, linguistic training, and global exposure, preparing them not just for royalty, but for future leadership in diplomacy, philanthropy, or business. Let's talk about inheritance, because this is where the numbers become astonishing. Under Saudi tradition, wealth within the royal family is distributed through a combination of family holdings, personal assets, investments, and inherited stakes in the royal portfolio. As MBS is expected to become the next king, his children automatically move into the highest tier of royal status. This positions them to inherit multi-billion-dollar investments, including shares in private companies, real estate holdings, and undisclosed wealth passed down through generations. Some analysts believe that each daughter could one day control portions of royal assets worth tens of billions of dollars, making them wealthier than most monarchs today. They are also connected to the powerful investment arms of the kingdom. The Public Investment Fund, under MBS's leadership, invests in global companies like Uber, Lucid Motors, Nintendo, Activision Blizzard, Disney, and mega projects including NEOM, Qiddiya, and the Red Sea Project. These investments generate future wealth that could indirectly benefit the next generation of the royal family. This is what makes the daughters of Prince Salman truly unique. They are not merely heirs to a throne. They are heirs to a global financial empire. Let's look at their future lifestyle. Growing up in Saudi Arabia's royal residences means living in palaces larger than most hotels. Private islands, private jets, fleets of luxury vehicles, and security details that rival world leaders come standard. Education is provided by top international tutors. Vacations often include private resorts, exclusive retreats, or entire hotels booked for royal privacy. Unlike many rich children born into Western wealth, MBS's daughters will grow up surrounded not just by luxury, but by the responsibilities and expectations of royal lineage. But beyond wealth, there is another important dimension: their future influence. Saudi Arabia is undergoing one of the most dramatic transformations in its history, socially, economically, culturally, and politically. MBS has introduced reforms that expanded opportunities for women in education, careers, sports, and public life. By the time his daughters become adults, their generation of Saudi women will be the most empowered, educated, and globally connected in the nation's existence. This means their influence may go far beyond wealth. They may become symbols of modern Saudi Arabia. They may lead charities, foundations, or educational institutions. They may become diplomats, technologists, entrepreneurs, or cultural leaders. Like Sheikha Moza in Qatar or Queen Rania in Jordan, they may redefine the global image of Middle Eastern royalty. But despite their growing global fascination, one thing remains consistent: their extreme privacy. Saudi culture values the protection of royal children far above publicity or media exposure. Their upbringing takes place behind secure palace gates, surrounded by family, tradition, and carefully curated environments. Social media presence is non-existent. Public appearances are rare. This only adds to their mystique. The world knows they exist, but not how they live. So why are they called the richest kids in the world? Because no other children on earth stand so close to such a colossal concentration of wealth, power, and influence. Their father controls one of the world's richest sovereign wealth funds, oversees trillions in national resources, and leads one of the strongest economies in the Middle East. Their royal lineage connects them to generations of wealth accumulation. Their future inheritance could place them above the richest princes, princesses, and billionaire heirs alive today. Some people compare them to the children of tech billionaires, European royals, or American business families. But those comparisons fall short. The wealth of the House of Saud is not just personal riches. It is generational, institutional, and linked to one of the most valuable natural resources on the planet: oil. This makes MBS's daughters not just royal children, but future global financial powerhouses. The world may not know their names yet. They may never appear on magazine covers. They may never give public interviews. But as heirs to the most powerful ruling family in the Middle East, their legacy will shape Saudi Arabia's future, and possibly the future of the entire region. In the years ahead, as MBS continues to modernize Saudi Arabia and expand its economic reach, his daughters will inherit not just wealth, but responsibility. They will represent a new era of Arab royalty, one defined by global influence, education, empowerment, and unimaginable financial strength. And whether they choose quiet philanthropy, international leadership, or simply the privacy of royal life, one fact will remain unchanged. They are, without question, among the richest children in the world, perhaps the richest of all time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden world of global wealth and royalty, make sure to subscribe. More powerful stories are coming soon.